I mean, that's if it's all five, or I should say all four players saying that they wanted to move on in a different direction, then that's one thing. But if it was kind of pressure from Snap to bring Dare back because Dare needed, I don't know, Mike. There's a lot of question marks, and
it's an interesting one.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one for sure. Wolf is a player who's had a lot of instability with rosters before, so there may be more to it than meets the eye.
Exactly.
But from a statistics perspective, it's concerning because he was having some very good games for them, pretty consistently. And it 5 minutes of the server was barely even touched on Nouns because, well, when you compare right on that for 5, we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. Keeping flying, hot cryptic. Oh my goodness, dealing with his former teammates. And dealing with some more as well. Slight and Snav, though, trying to make some space here. And that will secure them. No, not a bomb plant. Nice execution there from Junior to deny that bomb money and leave Snav all on his lonesome. Smoke in his face. No avenue towards the site, but time with which to try and pick his path.
Yeah, not going to be easy for Snav here. He has to get that bomb back. And he's got 3 bodies to take out as well. But they got melted as they tried to get through that hut. Just went for the classic blitz with the pistols and nothing doing. Although Snav's working himself into an interesting position here. Not really expected at all from Classia. And there were some changes as well to Nouns. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Snav going to go in here. There's the freebie onto Classia. 48 seconds left. Needs to get another one quickly. Sees Junior. He's got all the information. Trying to hit the shots onto Cryptic. Swinging back and forth, Mike. It's going to be difficult. And now he's tucked himself into the corner a little bit.
Ooh, don't give him the fight. Don't give him the duel. You don't got to do it. He's dropped down. They'll double swing. And Cryptic will find his 3rd kill of the round to confirm this one. Nicely done there. Nicely done indeed.
Yeah, that was a solid hold, honestly, from Cryptic. He got those first 2 critical frags and was able to stun the Blue Jays into submission pretty much before Snav tried to come back and pull it back from a 1v3, but not to be despite a very, very valiant effort. And yeah, you know, Classia's come into this roster. He's been here before quite a while ago, but now he's rejoined them, and he obviously has a story himself as to, let's say, team hopping, so to speak, for multiple reasons.
Please let this be the roster
yeah,
that tames whatever is going on with Classia.
I hope so. He's really quite a talent, and he has been for some time.
Cryptic. Quick snipe there on towards Snav. And again, another team that's going to be vying for the MRQ in Nouns. Still playing with that name, despite the lack of proposal success at the DAO. My understanding is that they've worked out a bit of an arrangement with some of the big wigs on the Nouns side.
Which is good, right?
It is good. We like support for players, and we like consistent identities and brands in our Counter-Strike. Rush going to clean that one up. 2 kills found outside, but never any real inroads. Blue Jays just kind of stake the battlegrounds and try to find headshots.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to really talk about the nuke stats here, but as you would expect in a BO1, it's a map that both teams are kind of on, not really that strong. There's more played on the Nouns side. They've played it 12 times, but on the other side, it's 7 for Blue Jays. Either way, it's pretty much a 500 record for each squad. I mean, yes, you know, you look at Blue Jays 4-3, technically a little bit, a bit above it, but it's not that much, and they're just up and down. So we'll see who will get the edge here. One thing for Nouns that they haven't been able to figure out is how to defeat NRG, who have been their kryptonite for some time. And, well, that's one of the teams that's actually was struggling more than I expected. Well, we'll get back to that. It's not important. PP and Classia are just going to lobby crunch.
Very effective here. Oh, good strike, Junior. Player drops a little bit quick, but you know what? Junior's able to adjust and stay alive. So this is a disaster one for Blue Jays. They've got nothing.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely nothing in terms of space. Last player red, last player dealt with. This is as clean can be for the Nouns. They are stacking their cash early on, making their money, and completely clipping the wings of the Blue Jays at every turn here on Nuke.
Yeah, and one thing that's actually a really good sign for Nouns, we talked so much about the Blue Jays and how they're playing well. Nouns are playing really well too. I think you kind of hinted at it, but Cryptic is a player that was instilling his style of play on that Boss, now Blue Jays roster for quite some time, and he did a fantastic job as an IGL there, and he's a player that we've been watching for some time with eager anticipation to see what he can do. It took some time for him to get going on Nouns, but I think things are really falling into place now.
Well, it was just one of those situations where it feels like nice kill from Keeping. Okay, we are good.
Yeah,
this round feels over. Maybe they sneak event drop bomb plants somehow. But Cryptic is just one of those players who's had a lot of misfortune in terms of roster timing. And so we were very excited to see him finally get some support financially.
Yes.
And then the whole DAO stuff happened, and Infinite took a step back to deal with grief. And, you know, like, it just never seemed like you could get a stable roster. So now, with Classy in the fold, with stability in terms of practice, because I think when they were, you know, giving Infinite space to deal with what was going on with him and figure out his future and whatnot, it limited their ability to practice. It limited their ability to play, very understandably. Having that consistency and building in towards the MRQ, building in towards those big objectives, I do think there is a lot of reason to be excited about Cryptic, as we have been for several years now.
Yeah. It's he's a great player, great IGL, and I think he's the future of NA in a lot of ways in that territory, anyway, IGL territory. We'll see if that is the case moving forward. He's certainly proving it, at least at this level right now. All right, let's go into round number 5. Everything's falling the way of Nouns so far. The Blue Jays, do they even have... Yeah, they do have frags. Sorry, Mike, because it didn't feel like it with the way some of those rounds were going. Only 5 combined, 2 for Snap, 2 for Slight, 1 for Dare as Cryptic is peering around here from Garage. This is a deep wall of smokes thrown by the Blue Jays, trying to gain that space, and they might finally make their way into Secret. It looks like that will be mission accomplished. Did they lose the first body again? They do. Fruit Cup can't do anything on top of Silo, and now Classy has got a strong angle from Vent to deal with these 3 players that are coming down.
Concerning start for Fruit Cup, who has been the star of the show on this Blue Jays roster. Whoop, there's a spot. Classy going to be able to drop very safe, dump some util, stall them out, and yeah, Blue Jays just can't get towards bomb plate without losing a whole lot of bodies. Classy locking it down on the spray there. I mean, at this point, by the time the rotations come in, Slight is totally isolated. Freshie trying to come into support, but so far afield, there's just nothing that can be done about this. This is another disaster class of a round. Non-starter here from Blue Jays.
Yeah, they're just getting taken to the cleaners right now. This is tough.
It's funny, John. You were celebrating that they finally made it down Secret, and that did feel like a big thing.
You did, yeah.
And then they lose their player top Silo, so they lose the outside control. They lose the second element. Classia gets a kill from a player who's not looking at them. There's no follow-up. There's no trade. The spacing is poor over on Blue Jays. Very concerning. Very concerning early on.
Without a doubt. Yeah, they have a hero AK coming through here for Freshie, but like the names that you usually expect to get frags, you talked about Fruit Cup already. Freshie as well has been playing well as of late, but I mean, they literally made a roster change the day of a match. So
this is also the concerns with, you know, messing with something that seems to be working.
Yes.
You are really going to have to justify it. And it's not like, okay, 2 smokes went to the same spot, so that's a great sign that they're not great. Now they stack up. Cryptic finds 2, and then that gap in the smoke means that Junior can collect. So they have bungled the smoke wall here. Now, what do you even do, Snav? What do you even do, Snav? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You flee back towards the red box. You desperately try and get your hands on an AK. Succeed in that, at the very least. But you will not succeed in getting any further. Oh my goodness, Cryptic.
Yep.
The crazy thing about Cryptic as well is he's not a headshotter. All these kills you're seeing, even the long range ones, are like body shot spray downs. Which, when you're fighting outside, is a crazy way to approach those duels. But it's working.
Yeah, no question. I mean, actually, His headshot percentage isn't bad, Mike. 54.2%.
I'm just talking in literally this game.
Oh,
I've watched
this game.
all of these duels, and he's like taking protracted spray battles with the player top silo.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about overall. He's got plenty of aim. The mechanical prowess is good.
Yes.
I'm just surprised that he's got 10 kills when everything is sustained spray so far.
He's doing a good job getting around the map, and even here, he's in the cubby. Great flashbang, but the timing is good for Cryptic to at least get one before he's traded out. This is finally a man advantage for the Blue Jays. Might be the first one they've had so far on this map.
Gotta bring it through.
Yeah.
Have to bring it through. This is due, or the vibe is in the toilet. But Fruit Cup will manage to collect. That's Fruit Cup's first kill.
Jeez.
This is the top statistical performer for this team, really, since he joined the roster.
Yeah, no question. I mean, he's the guy who was the spark when Cryptic was still there. That the team was reeling. They couldn't find their rhythm at all. And then Fruit Cup, who seemingly came from nowhere, joins the squad and starts them on a tear. And they actually looked like their old selves in a lot of ways. So, yeah, absolutely the star of the show. And you look at the stats, they tell the same story. So
this is going to be interesting, right? Because you're going to be totally out of position, provided they keep going towards lower. But because of how much money is there, normally you would say, in a all things being equal situation, you would say this is a bang-on save for Nouns. But they have so much money. They are the bourgeoisie of Counter-Strike. And meanwhile, even if you can't successfully retake this round, if you find kills onto these Blue Jays players, it'll be worth it.
It's an aggressive lurk from Freshie, and it doesn't work out. Rush on the ladder, gets the headshot. That is painful, and you were saying it, Mike. I mean, they got the money. Now they've only got a 2v3 to deal with. I think they're probably aware of the fact that Fruit Cup got dinked on top of Silo. I feel like it's a possibility. That said, they are going to be conservative and go for the eco.
Well, no, they're playing contain. They're playing contain. Yeah. They're trying to keep these guns in towards the bomb.
Yes.
Which is not a bad idea at all. The hunt up. There's the tag down. Fruit Cup is a goner. He knows he has to get very far afield, and Snav, I don't think he's getting far enough away from this bomb. There's a player top ramp. Yeah. It's one survivor. It's just Snav who managed to shoot his way out. It's an ambitious bit of spam there, considering you're limping through with one gun.
Yeah, I mean, like, I understand the idea to play contain, but I honestly, with that type of money, just go for it. It makes sense, though, to try and keep them from having guns in the next round because their money is still fragile, even with a round victory and a bomb plant. It's just because of how many rounds in a row they just haven't had anything at all to really build off of. But you know what? I mean, like you said, the mission accomplished pretty much and leaving only one player standing. And they do yield that first round victory to the Blue Jays in the process, but they are right back to it. And I guess you can never have too much money on that CT side, honestly, because it is expensive. Freshie, going to be vending. Oh, a little lackadaisical, I would say, for peeping, walking in towards lobby, not clearing the angle, but Junior immediately gets the trade, and we're back down to even numbers at a 4v4.
Nice entry there for Dare. A little bit of an awkward exchange, sliding past Rush, but Freshie's able to trade it out. So now looking to build on this momentum as they try and recover the map. There's still player heaven. Class A chased down by the Molly. There's the beautiful blue of those CT flames. Before taking the space. That's the last real bit of util. There's one flash. Oh no, Snap picks up a smoke. That's very nice. Mini smoke might actually make all the difference there. Though Cryptic looks like he doesn't particularly want to respect it. And yet he will.
Yeah. Now the save makes a little more sense. Still kind of a contained setup. Oh, wow. Glacia might be trying to go for this one, but there's no time. Yeah, he's gone. Snav takes his head clean off. Cryptic will eventually save this M4. And Snav goes down with the bomb. So a second round found in a row for the Blue Jays. That is a very good sign after a slow start, to say the least.
They got something. They got something. There's more work to do, but this is a promising start. That one a little bit more of a dynamic round as well, flying out of the hut. We got confirmation, by the way, from Wolfie in the Twitch chat. He's in there. Shout out to Wolf. Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
That's a rough one.
It's never fun in any team environment to be told, yeah, you're the odd man out.
Beeping. Oh, can't quite hit the transfer. Got a lot of information. Spotted 3 players in towards lobby. And we're typing.
Yeah, I hear a lot of typing.
Oh, Snav's dead. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. I tell you, I know who's typing.
Shot.
Great shot out from Junior. Flashbang over, slight swings into death. Glacia trying to lock this one down.
Oof.
Over the top of the box, down goes Fruit Cup, leaving it all onto Dare. Gotta play disconnect, so now we get double Dare, which was a great show in the 90s.
That was a amazing show. Wow, what a throwback. But yeah, Fruit Cup's the one who disconnected here. I guess after dying there, he's like, something has to be wrong. I just have to restart CS because he only has 1 frag. Sometimes it works, you know?
You start 1 and 9, you restart the PC.
Oh, boy.
Even if it's nothing wrong with the PC, the placebo effect is a great thing.
Now we gotta wait.
Now we gotta wait, John. We gotta wait. It's tough.
Wait for the Fruit Cup to get back.
I mean, it's been looking clean so far for the Nouns.
Yes.
Again, strong individual performance here from Cryptic, definitely making it easier. But,
I mean, yeah, no, it's been really dominant. Now, I wanted to say that Cryptic's strong performances from him, I think you already kind of mentioned it, but not out of the ordinary. He's a very good fragger. He's better than you'd expect in a lot of ways.
Strong fragging IGL, which is something that we desperately need.
Yes, in North America, yeah.
It's a huge part of why there's sort of 2 elements that initially made us very excited about Cryptic's continued development as an IGL. A lot of creativity in some of the strategies. It's going to sound weird, but like gimmick rounds.
Yeah.
Of like having interesting and creative ideas that we're constantly mixing up. And then, yes, strong fragging out, but while still calling the game. He's still young. He's still relatively fresh into his career, so there's a lot of room for growth. But this is exactly the kind of talent that you do want to nurture. Rush, I don't even know how he could see that he confirmed that kill. But he just tapped that player and danced back in to the flashbangs. Snap does manage to run down Rush. Might give them the chance at a bomb plant, but no. Glacia with the transfer makes sure of that. Blue Jays, right now, a lot of these upper busts are just kind of disjointed. It's like one player will go through smoke and then another, and then the spacing is very questionable in a lot of these faster plays that they're trying to hit. I can understand trying to accelerate and simplify things when things aren't going well, but the spacing is concerning.
It's not necessarily surprising either. Nuke is one of the most difficult maps to get a new player on immediately and then without any practice time.
Yeah, but that's more of a problem on the other half. I don't know if that qualifies as an excuse here. It's not like Dare doesn't know how to play Nuke. I think you're right that rotation timing and a feel for what your teammates are doing is challenging on CT side. We'll see if that's a sustained problem there, but this is not ideal.
On T side, I don't know. You're not wrong, Mike, but still. That's a nice kill from Snav. Peeping gets one back, and in fact, it is a 4v3 in favor of Nouns, who are, again, just trying to punch through here towards outside. The problem is, Peeping. Does he have Freshie here? He's with Rush. Freshie's watching it, expecting a push to come through, but good patience from Nouns not to force the issue. In the meantime, Junior is just, I want to say, quietly getting frag after frag and shutting them down with the AWP. Peeping finds another one, and this is just all Nouns once more.
Peeping might die. Does indeed. Whoa, that's not when you want to pull the utility out. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
They're CT sided, Mike. Don't worry.
They better be real CT sided. I mean, right now this is a bludgeoning, right? This is what happens when a Blue Jay hits a glass door.
That's sad. When a Blue Jay hits a glass door, Mike.
It's very sad. But, you know, sometimes you just got to put them out of their misery, I guess.
Oh my god.
Right now they're about as effective as a Blue Jay trying to break through a glass door.
I think maybe less effective.
Peeping. Down the Venturoni. Classia has bought an XM. Which tells you how this game's going, since he has infinite money and is buying the XM for the ramp hold. It's an effective ramp hold gun.
It is. We shouldn't talk down on it.
Well, he's definitely doing it for a little bit of BM, but it's justifiable BM.
Yes.
They try and clear. Peeping. Oh boy, good shooting out of Peeping. Stays alive as well. Able to reposition, able to get away and up onto the balcony here in the lower site. Surviving for the moment, buying time for his teammates to get back around, doing further damage as well. And now Classia is on the Tech 9 because, again, we mentioned it, XM. But the Tech 9 apparently might as well be a rifle for him. So XM back out. He's having a grand old time. And it seems like Nouns are just about bang on for double digits. Trade there. The XM will not get to ring out, though. It's all under Freshie. He's got a fresh on him. Starts off this 1v4 well. Will be able to get the bomb plant down. That gives him something to play around. Rush flanking from single and op posted here on ramp. He goes towards double instead. That might be unexpected. It's a bit of a cheeky reposition. They have smokes. Can just get on the stick. Obviously, you have kits as well. But is anyone going to watch here towards single? That's the question. Yes, they will. Cryptic sets up his teammate to finish off the round. 10 rounds for Nouns. We'll be back for what could be a very quick half.
You feel like something new. You feel like something. You feel like something new. You feel like something. Don't just stop it. Doing what you do. When I lay back, holding on to you. Ooh, ooh. Feel like something new. Here on overload, all my body is for you to hold. Ooh, ooh.
You know, in North America, the wolf was all but hunted to extinction. And in Blue Jays, apparently the same was true. But it seems like maybe they could do with a little bit more of the wolf right now, because things have not gone well on this map of Nuke. Nouns with a trouncing so far today. And Freshy is going to try and change something about that. Already found a kill. A little crunch in towards lobby, but it's players down secret. And Cryptic staying up top to maybe throw a little bit of a spanner in the works. Still, 3 players have rotated down lower. Peeping collects on one of those.
You could get another one
here.
here.
Looking for this fight on Dare.
Oh.
Dare is quick on the trigger. Oh my goodness, 3 kills found for Darren. Well, Cryptic, the flank's not so effective if there's nothing to flank around.
No, yeah, that's really good work from Dare. Great maneuvering to find himself 3 nice fights and winning every single one of them. So there you go. Having some impact here after switching sides. Wasn't really seen that much in that first half, but good to get things started on the right foot, at least here. Switching over to CT side. Of course, you know, Nuke is CT side historically, currently, in every way, shape, and form. It's just that the way Nouns won that first half was not just CT-sided Nuke. It was, they absolutely took apart the Blue Jays in every respect. So we'll see if that changes here in the second half, and if the Blue Jays can channel something.
Where's the Zeus? Classy's got a Zeus.
Dude, Classy
In the hut door.
can always count him for a little trolling.
Having a little bit of fun. A little for fun Counter-Strike. Oh, up
Oh, he's
the
got
ladder.
the new Koi
There's a new Zeus skin?
Zeus. Yeah.
Ah, I missed this.
I think it's in the Fever case.
See, we hadn't cast together in a while, John. You're my skins update guy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I'm going to need to invest, as I am the proud owner of a Dragon Snore, John, so
Oh, I have one too.
what
Nice.
more does one need?
When did you get one?
I don't know. A while ago.
Okay. Good
The only
purchase.
skin
Good
I
purchase.
wanted out of the last operation or repass run.
It's a great skin.
Had to be done. Had to
Yeah.
be done. Sold some things, acquired Dragon Snore. Oh,
A worthy purchase.
the Yertle the Turtle attempted boost stack, not so effective. Peeping does have a deagle, so can make some noise off of that, but he won't. And so far, it's stayed very clean.
All right, yeah. And Dare's got another multi-kill round. Maybe they just sat Dare down at the end of that first half and said, hey, you need a team. You got to make some noise here. And this second half prove that we added you for a good reason. And, well, at least in the first 2.
Wolf is still technically on the roster, so we don't have to use a move to bring him back.
He is the substitute, technically. So, we'll see.
No.
Either way, it's 2 in a row for Blue Jays.
Not a good way to handle roster dynamics, just saying
No.
that right now. If any of you are out here GMing, don't do that.
Ever.
Do not do that. Peeping's tagged up early on. Gonna be funneling back. That was presumably the scout that found a little bit of a bite.
All right. Well, a little bit of spam connecting there. Nice nade. Yeah, Cryptic down to 54. Nouns do have control here of lobby, and it is their first gun round on T side. Bit of a bonus, lot of a bonus round, actually, for the Blue Jays. 3 MP9s, a Scout, and M4. You win this one, and we could argue that the Blue Jays can get right back into it, even though it'll still be a 5-round deficit. That can be chewed into.
Look at the assets that they have posted up here. Okay, so Slide's tag, that makes this a little bit easier, but there is a counter molly coming back the other way. Still,
Nice.
they're past it. That's the problem. Now Slide's very exposed, and Rush will execute to great effect. 12 kills for the man. Drew can't quite slip on by, but do they expect a second lurk here in the lobby? They absolutely do not. So it's all on a Dare. Position revealed.
Oh.
Peeping thought he'd slip back through. Misread that one. The bomb will be planted. And I'm not sure Dare will fancy a go with this, but no, of course he will. And he's doing it loud. And he's doing it so very loud, right to the barrel of Classy's gun.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay, hold on. Let him know there.
Yeah, look, it's Clasia. He likes to go into the BM, let's say, and get into the heads of his opponents. And I think that's one thing. Well, you know, when he's getting in the heads of his opponents, not his teammates, it's good. So let's hope that that's the only thing that's happening. It's only in that direction, sorry, into the other direction. Oh
So,
my goodness. Yeah.
If you're Blue Jays now, the problem with that first half is that this is you kind of do or die at this
Yeah.
particular juncture. The lack of a save, the lack of anything brought out of the last, your money is all bet on this, and you don't have a lot to work with. There's no op. There's limited utility. There is one kit available. And you have no presence outside.
Yeah, this is tough. That is even worse. That is terrible. Clasia going to immediately take down Darren. That's one thing I highlighted in the pregame, that Dare's really good at those opening fights and getting entries, but he hasn't really had any impact in this map anyway, in that regard. 5v4 quickly for the Nouns. Slight hoping to do something here. Trying to get aggressive. Rush right in his face, but Slight will win that fight, so it's down to a 4v4, and HP advantage lies in Blue Jays' hands as well.
It's a massive find. I mean, a bit of fortune for sure.
Yeah.
That was just pure blind fire spam. Playing the lines on the
Oh my god, Cryptic.
side of Unbreakable. Okay, Cryptic.
Ooh.
Oh, this is going to get spicy. Oh, Slight's ready for it. Slight's ready for that particular maneuver. So just like that, numbers advantage here for Nouns, trying to get a little bit clever, trying to get a little bit cheeky, and leaving themselves pretty isolated on these fights, which Peeping is going to come right back to. Clearing this out, Slight wants to fight in. Oh, gun barrel.
Did you see him?
I can't tell. The X-ray is deceptive. Now Slight has the advantage. Oh, but Peeping has the better gun.
22 seconds left, though, and they don't really have space into that A site yet. They're just going to have to go for it, Mike. And the molly gets thrown into Squeaky. Freshy's waiting on site. Freshy can deny this himself.
He can end this entirely. 10 seconds. They are not playing with enough urgency here. This is a problem, and there it is. That's the round. You just don't have the clock. You don't have the time. They'll do him the courtesy of a pre-clock execution, but Blue Jays survive.
Yeah, a little bit of a rare misstep there from the Nouns, right? It felt like they didn't manage the clock very well. They spent a little too much time outside, even though, you know, they were doing a good job keeping the numbers even, getting the trades, which does give you the advantage when you're on that T side. At the end of it, it's just a little bit of a risky play by Cryptic to jump through into lockers and wait in that smoke, and he didn't get out on the winning side of it, which delayed them even further, and that was pretty much the round. Like you were saying, Mike, the fact that Freshy's there on the site can deny them all by himself, and, well, that'll do it for that round. Now it's just pistols coming through. They're just going to go for the vent drop and try to get this bomb planted. The nade sails through. It doesn't connect on anyone. Junior is going to go down to try and join Clasia. Has already been taken out there by Fruit Cup. Dare gets the headshot into Cryptic. It is all Blue Jays, as you would expect in what was effectively just an eco round from Nouns.
Still, at this point, you can't take anything for granted. So in trying to claw this back, this is where the timeout's going to come in from Nouns. Adren trying to get in their ears, figure out how to stop this comeback before it really gets off its feet.
Yeah.
Trying to deny all the momentum before it begins.
I mean, and even if you win this round on the Noun side, there's still a decent amount of money left for the Blue Jays, so not necessarily out of it, but, you know, eventually there won't be any rounds left for the Blue Jays because it'll be a 12 for Noun, so they'll have to just win out to try and get this into overtime, then a chance at winning on the map. So, yeah, they need that momentum right now is my point. They have to come out with this round victory to really pull themselves back into this map. And looking on this is the prime opportunity, right? You got 2 Galils, 3 AKs for Nouns, which can, I mean, the firepower advantage is definitely in the hands of the Blue Jays. They don't have the AWP, which I'm sure they'd like, but they do have 2 AKs and 3 A1Ss. How do they deploy? Do they get aggressive? Do they stick to the bomb sites? Looks like they are going to be pretty passive about their approach for now. The utility is just reigning supreme here on this A site. As Nouns are at least trying to make some noise in that direction. Haven't yet committed to the site itself, though, although they have gained lobby control.
Rush
Nice
gets the
move.
space. Awkward positioning for the Blue Jays, but Slight's able to get that kill. If he faltered, could have been in a lot of trouble. Still might be a little messy. But his body's available. They're just sectioned off by smokes. Rush pushing in towards Squeak to try and find this space and spam back the other way. Dare finds the tracers. Bomb's not planted. Oh, and the smokes fade and leave them exposed at just the wrong moment. Junior's trying to dip, dive, dodge, and duck his way out of there. And he will stay alive for now. They think he bailed.
I love that.
Trust it. They don't trust it. They're familiar with this maneuver. Oh, good awareness from Freshie to not fall for that little bit of bait. Blue Jays continue to claw this back.
It felt like for a moment, maybe half a second, he's like, oh, did he go? And he fires a few shots off towards lockers and then realizes and says, no, this is something is amiss here. And despite a very intelligent play from Junior coming through to try and bait them into that, even better reaction coming through from the Blue Jays and Freshie, who's really awoken here in this second half as a key player. 13 frags. I think he's the only one at a KDR above what he is. We'll see if he can continue to bring them forward here with a chance coming back into this one. Only 4 rounds back now. Nouns just on the Tech 9s, hoping to get something going with a good push, good flashbang. Cryptic gets one. This could materialize into something big. Dare does manage to get one back, but it is a 4v2 momentarily until they do get one back on the Blue Jays side, Mike.
Look at the spacing, though. Look at the spacing. They've got full control lower right now.
Yeah.
Fruit Cup and Dare very much out of position, and a late lurk through the ramp. Fruit Cup isn't going to clear this fully. Now Junior starts to creep closer. And right up close. Rush has been spotted. Fruit Cup does silence Classy, but the bomb already went down. Now they got a rifle upgrade. And that's going to fall to Dare here in the clutch. Smoking a molly. So he can section off these players, but they're already through. They're already past. The trade is there. It comes down to the wire, but Tech 9s are enough to secure map point for Nouns.
That's crazy. It comes on that round, but just an absolutely gorgeous flash thrown into that A site. Like, Rafters were completely blinded. There was nothing they could do to really deny that initial foray of bullets that were coming through from those Tech 9s they were trying to push out from Hut. 2 players fall. Yes, you get one response, but it was just too powerful from Nouns. Then you think, okay, the Blue Jays still have 2 AKs up against 3 Tech 9s. There's a chance, but Nouns still make it work with intelligent play, especially from Junior, who waits patiently for his opportunity to strike, and he does create enough chaos anyway to help his team gain the upper hand. So, there it is. Yeah, map point available for Nouns. 5 opportunities to close this one out. Yeah, and on the other side, the Blue Jays are reeling.
Yeah, look at how wounded they are.
Yep.
Look at the weaponry. This is previous rounds getting so expensive. Means that there's just so many limitations here. No kit, so a retake's going to be very scary. No more smokes. No more Dare.
Oof.
Slight. Going to try and hold the line here. Will not. Trying to go for some trigger discipline, patient play. And he does get checked from Klassia. So now the numbers are starting to drip away from this. It is the limited guns that you lost. 2 rifles still in play, but you're going to need one of them to be a hero. With Cryptic still at the red box, with control here in towards the lockers. That kill's massive. Cryptic punishing outside. Now they're going to try and collapse on towards Zay. This could end it, and it all but does. It falls to Snap. 1 MP9 and a dream. Unfortunately, a loss of bullets will mean that he can at least get the first, but it's no further. Nouns, a very strong showing here on Nuke. Dominant, one might say, as they claim the first map in this matchup.
No, definitely. I think it looks closer than it is, and saying that at 13-7, you know, I mean, yeah, it's saying something.